Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Allison here. Super excited for, again, another 720 mindfulness message. Welcome to the middle of the week. So today's mindfulness message is centered around the 5-second slowdown. And so before I get into that, I have got a couple of announcements that I want to share at the end of sharing this message. Good morning, Christy. And so for those of you that don't know me or don't know me well, my name is Allison Nail-Malone of Malone Consultants Group. I am an executive women's leadership coach as well as a mindfulness-based stress reduction mentor. So for those of you watching live, let me know that you're here, wave. And then for those of you that get on the replay, just write in the comments below that you're on the replay, maybe where you're from if you haven't participated before. And then for all of you that are watching live, good morning, Stephanie. And for those of you on the replay, be sure to make a comment in the comments below and let me know what you love about today's mindful message, or if you have any questions about the announcements ready to come here in just a moment. So I don't know if you're like me at all, but when I tend to be very passionate or very opinionated about a particular topic or a person, my brain and kind of go-to reaction is that I want to jump right in and react. Sometimes that could be when I've gotten feedback, or maybe the conversation is around a political hot topic that I have a particular opinion on. And as I mentioned, feedback that might not feel so good in the moment, that I tend to want to react versus respond. And so I don't want to say that I've discovered this, but I've kind of renamed it to the 5-second slowdown. And so when I've been teaching other like kids or coaching executive women, the 5-second slowdown is a easy way to remember this, because it's a helpful toolkit, particularly when you want to react. Yeah, absolutely, Stephanie. Particularly when you want to react versus respond, especially when your defensive mode turns on. So I want to talk about what it is and then what it isn't. So the 5-second slowdown is essentially just a 5-second breath. And so over the years, I've kind of learned the value of consciously pausing before I speak. And so when I do this, and you know what, to be honest, I still forget to do this. It does give me a moment. So when I do this 5-second breath, it gives me a moment to consider what I'm going to say before I say it. So in nanoseconds, I can consider the impact that my words will have on someone else before they come out of my mouth or when I type them. Pausing in the conversation, either virtually or when you're in front of somebody, kind of stops our knee-jerk reaction to what we may have heard the other person say, or the way that we've kind of interpreted what they've written, which can set off an emotional, negative or defensive comment that may damage the conversation. I find this to be a helpful tool for me when reading through social media conversations as well. Or, you know, when a new roll of toilet paper happens to be available and the toilet paper roll right. So yeah, I get mad about the big things, right? So that's, so the 5-second slowdown is just taking a deep breath in and out and counting to 5. So, and you will find in most cases that your brain starts to slow down in order for you to stop and think before you react or respond. Now, I want to talk about what it isn't. So the 5-second slowdown isn't to be used when you see, hear, or literally know when an injustice is happening, because that kind of silence can actually be very, it can be and is damaging. It's also not an excuse to encourage analysis by paralysis. It also doesn't take the place of when you need to vent and rage with someone safe. The 5-second rule, or the, not 5-second rule, the 5-second slowdown is really an opportunity for you to just kind of check in with yourself before you respond. Particularly in the climate that we're in today, there's a lot of hot topics that are going on, and there's also a lot of topics that are having a lot more attention, that should have had more attention on, that has not had attention on it before. And where we want to be is in a space, good morning Reagan, is when we're in defensive mode, that we take that 5-second slowdown, but that we don't use that 5-second slowdown when we're afraid to speak up when we're supposed to be and need to be speaking up. So the thing about the 5-second slowdown is that it is rarely a skill that is ever perfected. I know for me, this is something that I work on a daily basis, and that might be the case for you too. There's a little known jazz and classical musician and composer, good morning Teresa, by the name of Truman Fisher. And he had a really powerful quote, and it is, "The pause is as important as the note." So pausing and doing the 5-second slowdown is important, as well as the note or the sound or using your voice. So we're actually going to talk more about using your voice through your votes on Friday. So I'll talk about that in just a second. But I have a couple of announcements that I want to share. For those of you that are connected to me through Facebook, yesterday I posted one of my mentors' new projects. Catrice Jackson, she is opening up what's called Harriet's Dream. And she is going to be opening up a physical space offering safe, trauma-informed, Afrocentric healing services in 2019. And I give the information on how to donate and how to get involved in that. And Catrice, in her own words in that post, also shares the importance and the value of this kind of healing service being provided for women of color. Another announcement that I have is that I had 2 spots open for VIP days in November, and one has been filled. So if this is something that you would love to explore, I had 2 spots in October, those are filled, and then I have 1 more spot left open in November for a VIP day. So if you're interested in that, would love to have a conversation about that for you. It's a day specifically, or 3 to 4 hours dedicated specifically to you and creating a foundation of momentum forward in your career and in your life. And then also one last announcement. I'm incredibly excited to share with you that on Friday, there's actually going to be 2 components for shares on Friday. So the 7:20 live, I'll get on for just a moment at 7:20 Central on Friday to introduce a video that I'm going to launch off with a co-live that I did with Tiki Vernado on Wednesday, on Tuesday. And today is Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. Yesterday. And it was really awesome. There's a great energy, and Tiki just imparted some really awesome wisdom that I think would be really valuable for those of you that watch here live and on the replay. So I'm going to share that on Friday, but also at 12:20 on Friday, now that's 12:20 Central, I will be going live with Chelsea Miller. Chelsea is the founder of Chelsea Miller Consulting, and she is a local here to Northwest Arkansas. She's a local community activist and a political campaign advisor. She is currently working on multiple campaigns, but one of her main campaigns that she's working with today is for candidate Gayatri Agnew, who is running for an Arkansas state representative seat. And so she and I are going to talk live this Friday at 12:20 about your voice and your vote matters. So I'm looking forward to that conversation with her. I'm looking forward to be able to share with you my conversation of the co-live between Tiki and I on Friday as well. So I am so grateful for your presence here this morning. Drop in the comments below what you loved about today's mindful message about the 5-second slowdown. Have an amazing day, and I'll chat with you all soon.